Hey guys, welcome back. Hope all of you are doing good. This is your host Devang Sharma. आज की वीडियो में बात करने वाले हैं very important topic and a very commonly asked interview question about Java. So without a further ado, let's start the video.
Hey guys, let me introduce to a wonderful initiative taken by Newton School. This initiative is called Launchpad. This is for the people who want to start coding from scratch and learn the basics of different programming languages for absolutely free of cost. Yes, I repeat, absolutely free of cost. It has plenty of resources available here, including courses from Java, Python, Node.js, CPP, React.js, and DBMS and SQL management. Also, few of these courses are available in Hindi as well. So what are you waiting for? Applications are open now. Apply today to become a rockstar developer within 6 months.
So welcome back to Newton School Launchpad and our complete professional Java series. This is a complete Java series from a freshman to a professional developer. Irrespective of whether you're a freshman or a junior developer or a senior developer, you will find something related to you that will help you excel in your career. So without a further ado, let's start today's video. So in today's video, we are going to learn about a very important concept, abstraction in Java. And as a matter of fact, abstraction is one of the object-oriented principles as well. So let's start with a very basic question. What is abstraction? Not specific to Java, what is abstraction in general? To any of the object-oriented languages. What does abstraction means? Simply put, सिर्फ काम की चीज दिखाना, फालतू की चीज ना दिखाना, that is called abstraction. To show only the functionality to the user and not the working, that is called abstraction. Let's take a very simple example. आपने vending machine जरूर यूज की होगी. So when you go to a vending machine, let's say you're going to buy a Coke. और वैसे भी आजकल Coke की sales काफी कम हो गई. Well, jokes apart. Let's say if you're going to buy a Coke, so what do? You actually use money and you put that money into the vending machine and you select the Coke and you get the Coke, right? But do you have ever considered कि होता कैसे? If you put the money there, कैसे वो Coke select करता है? कैसे मेरे पास Coke बन के आती है? Real backend में क्या चल रहा है? What is that implementation process? You guys don't know nothing about, right? Well, you are thirsty, you want a Coke, you get a Coke and you drink it. That's it. But this implementation detail that is hidden from you and only the functionality that you can see, that is what abstraction is about. So let's hear it. Abstraction is a process of hiding the implementation details and showing only the functionality to the user. Example, आपने messaging service use की होगी, right? So all the messaging service details are hidden from you. So आप message type करते हैं, you send the message. You don't know the internal processes, how the message is sent, how the message is received, how the confirmation goes through. Nothing has to be done by you, right? You just type a message and send it. So only the functionality is given to you and the implementation details is hidden from you. That is called abstraction. Let's understand how we can achieve abstraction in Java. Now coming specific to Java, there are two ways which Java provides using which you can provide abstraction in Java. First way is to use an abstraction class and second way is used to interface. Now let's talk about how to implement abstraction in Java. So Java provides you two methods to achieve abstraction in Java. First method is using an abstract class and second method is using an interface. In this video, we are going to limit the scope only to the abstract class and the next video we will talk in detail about the interface. So what are these abstract classes, what are these interfaces? Let's dip deeper into it. So अगर आपको Java के अंदर abstraction implement करनी है, so first example is, simple example is you can implement an abstract class. In that, if you go with the method of abstract class, your abstraction can be between 0 to 100%, which means it cannot be complete abstraction. But when you go with the interface, you achieve 100% of abstraction. What do I mean by 100%? What do I mean by partial? You will see in the upcoming videos. So, done with the concept of abstraction in Java, let's understand the very important concept, abstract classes in Java. What does abstract classes mean? So let's hear it out. A class which is declared as abstract is known as abstract class, right? What does abstract means? कोई definition नहीं है, कोई particular implementation है, it's just abstract, right? It's just abstract. It can have abstract and non-abstract methods. Now, second point, what is abstract and non-abstract methods? Simply put, an abstract method, it does not have any implementation. I repeat, an abstract method is what? Which does not have any implementation. So in a normal function, what do? We define the function name, right? Then we go for the implementation. That is called normal method. But in abstract method, the function name will be there, the keyword abstract will be there, but it will not have any of its implementation. There will be only a semicolon after it. Just like a declaration, same will be its implementation. Apart from that, it needs to be extended and its method implemented. जैसे कि मैंने कहा, abstract class cannot be make implemented, so it needs to be extended by some other class for its implementation. Last but a very important point, it cannot be instantiated. You cannot create an object of abstract class using its constructor. और इसको हम example से भी देखेंगे, we'll see what it means. So let's revise our points about what an abstract class are. Number one, an abstract class must be declared with an abstract keyword, which helps us to distinguish that this is an abstract class. Second, it can have both abstract and non-abstract methods. Now, abstract or non-abstract methods क्या होते हैं? In a normal method, what we define is we define the function name, and then in the function body we have actually the implementation of it. But in an abstract method, there is no body, there is no implementation of the function. That is what an abstract function is. Third point, it cannot be instantiated. I'm repeating this, a very, very important concept. You cannot initialize, you cannot initiate an object which is of abstract class using its constructor. Fourth, it can have constructor and static methods also. Very, very important point. And fifth, it can have final methods which will force the subclass to not to change the body of the method. Again, a very important point. Let's see with the help of an example. You can see this in diagram, right? In this diagram, what we see, an abstract class must be declared with an abstract keyword, first point. Second, it can have both kind of methods. What both kind of methods? Abstract and non-abstract. Third point, it cannot be instantiated. Again, very, very, very important. Fourth, it can have final methods. And fifth, it can have constructor and static methods also. Okay, so we have done enough about it. Let's talk about abstract methods in Java. A method which is declared as abstract and does not have an implementation, which is called abstract method. ये point मैंने पहले भी cover किया था. Let's see with an example. So here you see a function abstract void print car, and after print car you can see a semicolon. अगर ये normal function होता, I would have said, okay, this is the definition of a function. This is not the implementation. Why? Implementation में क्या होता है? Function के बाद क्या होता है? Brackets होते हैं, brackets के अंदर implementation होता है, right? But in this case, immediately after the brackets, I see a semicolon. So it is not just the declaration, it's the implementation is not there, right? There is no method body and hence it is abstract. That's why it is an abstract method. We'll see with an example as well. Last and not the least, very, very important slide. What is the real use case of abstract class? Like हमारे पास normal static methods हैं, we have learned about static methods, we have learned about declarators, we have learned about the normal functions and methods. So why do we need actually an abstract class? What is the use case of abstract class, right? Let's understand it. We don't know about the implementation class, right? As you know, what is abstraction? Abstraction is something hiding the implementation details and showing only the functionality to the user. So जब आप user को implementation नहीं दिखा रहे हो, आप उसको सिर्फ functionality दिखा रहे हो, so you need some method to make it hidden from the user, right? And we use only an object which shows the functionality. That is why we need the abstract class in Java in the first place, or in any programming language as a matter of fact, not just in Java. So now coming to the part, there is something called factory method. Now, what is a factory method? A factory method is that returns the instance of the class, right? Now, we will learn about factory method later in this video. So let's revise our abstract class concepts. Abstract class can have a data member, abstract method, method body, which is a non-abstract method, and constructor. And apart from that, it can have the main method as well. So that is what we have learned about the abstract class here in abstract methods and the factory method. Now, let's understand all of this concept using live coding. So, चलो code करते हैं. As you can see, this is the Newton School IDE, which has multiple languages support here. You can see here, it has more than 20 plus languages support here. It has very good output, standard error, compiler output and messages, as well as the custom input and output. So let's see for the code examples. So if I define a class here, car, this is a normal class, right? What I have to do, I have to make it an abstract. So I create a keyword abstract. Yes, now it become an abstract class. Let me define a constructor first, because as I have told, an abstract class can have constructors. So I declared a constructor. What is a constructor? A constructor used to initialize the objects. And how to initialize the object? It has the same name as that of the class. Okay. Now what I do is I call system.out.println. I call it here, car is created, because its work is to initialize the objects. Cool. What is the next thing we do? Next thing we do, we talk about the abstract methods. So let's talk about an abstract method, abstract void run. How do I know this is an abstract method? How do I know if it is an abstract method? First thing, it is followed by a prefix which is called abstract. There's a keyword abstract. Apart from that, there is no implementation. There is no implementation. Immediately, जैसे मैंने run लिखा उसके बाद मैंने function brackets लगाए, I put a semicolon there. It means there is no implementation. So it has no implementation, it has no body, it's only a abstract method. You can write in comment abstract method. Okay. So yeah, let's define a non-abstract method. Change gear. Its return type will be void. change the gear, and here I can use system.out.println. Gear change successful. What kind of a method is this? Abstract or non-abstract? It is a non-abstract method, right? It has the implementation. If you see the example between line number 8 and line number 10, both of them are actually methods. Both of them are void type methods. But the method at line number 10, it has a proper implementation along with it. But the method at line number 8, it does not have any implementation. That's why run is a abstract method and change here is a non-abstract method. Okay. That's it about our class. Yeah. Let's define another class which will extend this class. Let's go to another class definition which will extend this class, and then we'll see in main how we can use it. So let's define a class. So what can be example of a car? Something that can extend a car, something that will share functionality with the car. It can be any type, right? It can be BMW, it can be Mercedes, it can be anything. Let's start with the topic of BMW. So I'm defining a class BMW. First thing that I do in that class is I define a method of run. Okay. Now observe this thing. This was an abstract method, void run here, right? And its implementation I'm providing here. How do I provide the implementation? I provide the implementation something like system.out.println. And what do I put here? Something like running successfully or running safely. Here's the implementation. So what this class BMW does is class actually extends a abstract class, and the name of the abstract class is car. Okay. This part is done. Let's go to our last class, which will be main. Public class main we have defined, and there we will define public static void main. Here comes the interesting part. So I define an object of car type, and I instantiate with new BMW. Okay. Next question. I have the object. Now I can call the method. I do object.run and I do object.change gear. Okay. So what should the output? What should be the output? My output should be, when I create the new BMW, should come here and should say car is created. Car is created. Then I would say object.run. So in object.run will say running safely. And the last time calling the change gear, my output should be something like gear changed successfully. So there should be 3 lines. First, object is created, then running safely, and then gear changed successfully. Let's see if you have done it correctly or not. Yes, correct. This is the output. Now here is the catch. When I say car object equal to new BMW, here is the catch. Why didn't I write car object equal to new car? That's what we do in a normal class, right? अगर यहाँ पे कोई normal class होती, let's say class, और मेरे को उसका object बनाना होता, class object equal to new class. This is what I would have done, right? मैं उस class का constructor call करता, but here I am calling another class constructor, BMW class constructor, right? So it is not instantiated by itself. It has been instantiated by some other object as a queue. So what if I change? What if I just change it to car? Let's see तब output क्या आता है. Output नहीं है, इस पर error है. Let's see the error. Car is abstract. Car class is abstract. It cannot be instantiated, right? It cannot be instantiated. So what do you have to do? You have to call another class which is extending that class in order to make it run. Now the program will run successfully and will give you the output as expected. That's it for the coding part. So I hope you guys are clear with the concept of abstract classes, its data members, abstract methods, method body, and its constructor and the main method use. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you're watching it, do make sure that you subscribe the channel before you leave. Also, Newton School is running some wonderful initiatives on Launchpad. Do check out the link in the description and make sure you're updated with the most recent code. हम मिलते हैं next video में with another important topic. See you.